Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Sunday. My name is Nemeka Onyeka Oderiri. I want to submit emphatically that if President Bola Tinubu is very sincere and altruistic about his intention to facilitate the restructuring of Nigeria constitutional and fiscal framework back to the 1963 constitutional and fiscal framework, or to wholesomely adopt the 2014 confirmed recommendation and implement it, he can easily do it. Let nobody deceive you. You know, I've heard some certain element in the North crying foul, and I've heard some certain element in the South saying, oh, if the North does not agree, Tinubu cannot do it. That is not true. 2014, what happened in 2014 confab is an eye-opener that when progressive Nigerians determine that they want to do things, they can easily bulldoze it through. It's very simple. Sincerity and altruism is the only thing that can help him to do this. And that he must be willing to forego second term and let it be a sacrifice that is going to do to ink his name in gold and the annals of history as one man that was able to revert Nigeria back to the foundational structures that was agreed upon by our founding fathers before independence in 1960. And it's very simple. Let him dust up the 1963 Constitution or the 2014 confab report and adopt whole line and sinker. Get National Assembly to adopt it whole line and sinker as new constitution and get the 24 states of the Federation State Assemblies to pass it into law, and it becomes a brand new constitution. The only thing that we will introduce into the 1963 Constitution is let the 6 regions now become the federating units and the state will become provinces. And then we will amend the term of office to be single term of 6 years in office for the governors and the president, and then 2 terms of 5 years each for the legislators, both at national and the state level, in such a way that the executive and the legislative election can always intersperse, you know, can overlap each other, in such a way that the term of the National Assembly members will be longer than the governor. The governor can no longer control them. If we do this and then adopt the same physical arrangement we had there, resource control, let the regions control, you know, the semi-autonomous, let them control their own internal security, let them control their resource, take 50% of whatever is generated in their states, taxes and everything, their regions, pay 30% to the central port to be shared by everybody, and then 20% should be given to the federal government, and the role of the federal government should be reduced to what we used to have between 1996. These are very simple things. And for those who are saying, oh, the North, who are the North? When we talk about North, is no longer monolithic. Let me tell you, to Bola Tinubu, if he's very sincere, can easily mobilize the whole of the Southeast, the whole of the South-South, the whole of the Southwest, 70 states to support him. The 6 middle belt states will support him wholly. That is 23 states. Taraba and Adamawa will support him wholly. And that is 25 states. All he needs is 24 state assemblies and majority to tell the National Assembly to do it. The assembly member, the Senate members and rep within these 25 states are enough to get it through. And anybody in the Northwest or Northeast that will oppose the restructuring of Nigeria is an enemy of Nigeria, an enemy of their people. You know, this has been argued. Not they love power, they want power. Buhari was president for 8 years. What did Katsina State benefit? The only thing he did for Katsina State was to do a helipad for himself and started a rail project to Maradi. Today, Katsina State, where he hails from, is ravaged by insecurity, has one of the highest child and mortality rates in Nigeria, is ravaged by illiteracy, is ravaged by hunger and misery. The misery index in Katsina State is among the worst in Africa. Before Buhari became president in 2015, insecurity was limited to the Northeast and part of the Middle Belt. But after 8 years as president, commander-in-chief, squandering a whooping $27.8 billion in security expenses, the Northwest of Nigeria today has actually outstripped the Northeast as the center of banditry, criminality, militancy, and all forms of kidnapping. 7 out of every 10 kidnap and criminal incidents in Nigeria today, militancy, insurgency, is in the Northwest. The only thing Buhari succeeded in doing for being president is to impoverish the people, the region from where he came from. Katsina State now is a terror heaven, thanks to Muhammadu Buhari. So the Northerners should wake up. Anybody from the North opposing restructuring, it will be sincere. That society is the key word there. If he's willing to be sincere, to make sacrifices towards this, if he can push this thing through, restructure Nigeria to the 1963 constitutional framework with introduction of single term of office of 6 years for governors and the presidency, and then rotation of power should be enshrined in the constitution in such a way that after the southwest, it can go to the north, maybe northeast or north central that have not graced power before since the advent of the Fourth Republic, and then come back to the southeast. You know, just like it will be enshrined. Not only it should be stated how it will be rotated between the north and the south. It should be enshrined, rotational president with the region's name listed, so that nobody will come and play games. If we do this, hand over security to regions, hand over most of the responsibilities in the concurrent, in the exclusive list to the regions, and let the regions have the power to create states and local government within their provinces, within their localities. I tell you, this country will become one of the top 7 biggest economies and countries in the whole world in the next 10 years. That was what our forebears did. Our forefathers, our founding fathers agreed to a foundation that helped us to grow one of the biggest economy that was then in the early 60s. As at 1960s, we were far ahead of Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, China, every one of these Asian tigers. And if we had sustained that trajectory without the military incursion, by now Nigeria would have been among the top 10 economies in the world. And we can do it. Tinubu, please do it though. Let this not be politics. Do it and do it well. Thank you. God bless you.